You hear it all the time, right? The gig economy. It's all about freedom. But what's the real cost? Today, we're going to navigate this financial maze of independent work. And trust me, what we find might just surprise you.
So, that brings us to the big question. Is the whole gig economy thing a dream job? Or is it really a financial trap in disguise? We're going to get into it. We'll look at the numbers, the costs nobody talks about, and the strategies you absolutely need to know.
Okay, let's start with the appeal, because you can't deny it's powerful. The whole idea of being your own boss, escaping that 9-to-5 grind, that's what pulls millions of people into this world of independent work. And at first, it can really feel like you've cracked the code. I mean, you're in control of your hours, your projects, your income. That feeling of power is, well, it's exhilarating. But what's lurking just beneath the surface?
And this is where that dream can start to fall apart. This is where you find a whole series of hidden financial traps that can catch pretty much anyone off guard. It all boils down to one really important legal difference. As a gig worker, you're what's called a 1099 contractor, not a W-2 employee. And that one little label, it fundamentally changes your entire relationship with money, especially, and I mean especially, when it comes to taxes.
So here's the critical difference, right? When you're a W-2 employee, your company pays half of your Social Security and Medicare taxes. Simple. But as a 1099 contractor, you're on the hook for the whole thing. That's the employee's share and the employer's share. Your client, they don't withhold a single penny for you. And that means, before you even start thinking about regular income tax, a massive 15.3% chunk of your earnings goes straight to what's called self-employment tax. For a lot of new freelancers, this is a huge shock. I mean, think about it. On a $50,000 income, that's more than $7,600 gone. Poof! Before you even pay a single dollar in federal or state income tax.
And listen, the hidden costs don't just stop at taxes, not even close. Every single hour you spend on marketing, sending invoices, or just trying to find your next gig, that's an unpaid hour. All of a sudden, that really impressive hourly rate you quoted, it starts to look a lot less impressive, doesn't it?
So these immediate hits, they can snowball. They can grow into these huge long-term hurdles, basically building a wall that can stop you from creating real sustainable wealth.
Yeah, welcome to what I like to call the benefit black hole. In a normal job, you get these safety nets, right? Things like health insurance, 401k plans, paid time off. As a contractor, you're completely on your own. You have to build every single one of those things from the ground up, and guess what? It's all coming out of your pocket.
And this has very real-world consequences. Let's say you want to buy a house, or even just get a car loan. Well, lenders, they love steady, predictable paychecks. Your income, which goes up and down, it makes them really nervous. And that turns what should be a simple process into a massive headache.
It's the same story with retirement. I mean, how are you supposed to commit to investing a certain amount every month when you have no idea what you're going to earn next month? This kind of uncertainty leads to what some people call investment inertia. It's that awful feeling of being stuck. You should be saving, but you feel too paralyzed by the risk to even get started. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. The key is to flip a switch, to go from being reactive to being proactive. It's time to take back control of your financial future. And here's how you do it. Okay, it all begins with the absolute fundamentals. You have to start treating yourself like a real business. That means getting a separate bank account just for your work, tracking every single expense, everything from software to a coffee with a client, and really learning to anticipate the ups and downs of your income. Next up, you have to build your own safety net. A health savings account, or HSA, is an amazing tool for medical costs. Something like a SEP IRA can let you seriously supercharge your retirement savings. And disability insurance, that protects your number one asset, your ability to actually do the work.
Now, this part is absolutely critical. Relying on just one client is just as risky as having just one employer, maybe even more so. Real financial freedom, the kind you're probably after, comes from building multiple streams of income. That's how you create a truly stable foundation for your entire business.
So when you put all these strategies together, you start to move from just surviving to actually thriving. You're creating a real, powerful blueprint for a secure and prosperous future on your own terms. And this blueprint for success, it really stands on three main pillars. First, you've got to adopt a pre-tax mindset. That means using every single deduction you can to lower your taxable income. Second, your emergency fund has to be non-negotiable. It's your personal safety net. And third, you have to plan for the long term with clear, intentional goals. This is your path to winning the game. Look, the gig economy can feel like a financial maze, for sure, but it doesn't have to be. With the right knowledge and a proactive game plan, you can turn that promise of freedom into your actual reality. You've got the blueprint, so the only question left is, are you ready to start building?